Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good Sunday morning to you all. I hope you guys are having a great start to your day, a great weekend out there so far as we're rounding off our Thanksgiving weekend, about to head into another work week, and we're certainly expecting a pretty active weather work week coming up, especially for Tuesday, maybe even lingering into Wednesday, but we're obviously going to be focusing in on a lot on Tuesday over the next 48 hours. And really, at the beginning of the video, I'm going to discuss it because I think it's important to make this the most important topic here in these weather videos, really anybody's weather videos, because this could be a dangerous setup. So we're going to talk about that in the very beginning of the video. Not get as detailed as we will tonight. So stay tuned tonight. We're going to get very detailed for you folks in the western deep south. I'm talking about Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, even up to portions of the Ohio Valley. We need to talk about this. And, I feel bad I wasn't able to really get very detailed on it at the beginning of the month when I was in Gatlinburg. Of course, vacation calls, but still. So we're going to get as detailed as we can. The short range models are coming in, so we're getting more information fed in throughout the day today. So stay tuned. Stay tuned tonight for sure. But I'm going to give you some updated information here. And then we'll discuss the forecast for today specifically, like we always do. If you guys have not subscribed, certainly consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. I appreciate the amazing support from you guys for the month of November. It's been a pretty successful month for steady growth for the channel, so I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to winter and not talking about severe weather as we get deeper into winter, because I can't stand talking about severe weather in the holidays, guys. It's just very depressing. And it just is really unfortunate when we get these events in secondary severe weather season. But Mother Nature does what she wants to do. So we're going to try to figure this out for you guys. If you guys got anything I can pray about, please put it in the comments below so I can pray over it and so others can do so too. Let's get rocking this morning. Water vapor loop, very impressive, cool looking feature. This is our cutoff low. It's finally re-found the main flow of things to the north. So it's going to start to reattach itself to the main northern stream up here. It was kind of lost. It meandered for several days, dumped a ton of snow in areas of western Texas, New Mexico over the weekend, but it's moving on, and you see the dry air punch moving in behind it. But there is going to be a risk for some severe storms. I mentioned it, and sure enough, not saying that, I told you so, I'm never that guy, ever. But sure enough, they have introduced a marginal risk for severe storms. We'll talk about that from North Carolina and even areas of Florida today. And sure enough, here we go. A marginal risk for severe storms even includes up in the southeast of Virginia and about all the eastern, basically the coastal regions and the eastern coastal plains of North Carolina. It doesn't quite get to South Carolina. And then watch out Tallahassee, a small section of the Big Bend and the panhandle of Florida, even a section of Georgia today could certainly see some severe weather. And really, this is for over the next probably the morning hours. But we'll watch to see what happens with this today, and we'll break that down here in a second. But let's go on and flip it and talk about what's coming in the next 2 days. There is an enhanced risk, which there has been an enhanced risk over the last 2 days. This is now just kind of came into the actual outlook where it actually shows a colored enhanced risk, if you will. But in orange right here, that is a level 3 out of 5. This includes big cities like Memphis, down to Greenville, Mississippi. This has shifted a little further east, so it doesn't include Shreveport anymore, but that doesn't mean you aren't going to see severe weather. You'll have a slight risk. And we'll see if this gets bumped a little bit further east into Jackson, Mississippi, but don't focus so much on this. It's important to focus in on it, but at the same time, this could be broadened, this can be shifted. It could be a lot of things, but in a nutshell, you got a 30% chance in this red area to see severe weather in 25 miles in any given location. In this Hatch region, this could be significant severe weather, basically a 10% chance of significant severe weather inside this black outlined area, guys. So it says it down here, hatched area, 10% or greater probability of significant severe weather within 25 miles at any given point. That is the black outlined area. That doesn't mean it increases on top of the 30% chance. It just kind of overlaps it. So I hope that makes sense. But moving forward here, it says in the discussion down here, and that's why I want to tell you guys, stay up to date. Stay up to date. It says down here, read it. A categorical, I struggle with words sometimes, guys. Basically, an upgrade will be possible in later outlooks. So it's saying that there is a possibility that this could get upgraded to a moderate risk, which is a level 4 out of 5. So, guys, I mean, this could be the real deal. And it also says in the discussion, I should have just outlined it. It also says there's a possibility for a tornado outbreak. It's just a possibility. It doesn't say it's likely. It says there's a possibility. You got a little something in my eye here, but a closer look at this. I mean, it shows Memphis right here, Jackson, Mississippi, right into here. And, you know, I mean, this is a pretty big area. So, in my opinion, if this gets upgraded to a moderate risk, the enhanced risk will probably broaden. And then there will obviously be a moderate risk that fits inside this enhanced risk. If you see me blinking a lot in my left eye, it feels like I got something in my eye, but I think I just got it out. So we're good. But see, what's going on right here is it looks like this upper trough that swings through is now becoming more neutrally tilted, which means a stronger system. You're going to have a surface low that pops off and rides this upper trough. Of course, we never, ever want to see a negatively tilted trough with this kind of setup. That is a very dynamic setup. Normally, you can have some heavy snow. You can have just a big time, a more significant severe weather event. I don't think we're going to get to that. But listen, this could be a strong system. And with a stronger system and a more neutrally tilted trough, which if you don't know what that means, positively tilted trough is a trough that kind of goes like this. Neutrally tilted trough kind of just goes straight down. Negatively tilted trough bows out like this, and you never want to see that. So, with this more so neutrally tilted trough, you're going to have a more pool of low-level moisture out the Gulf, and the moist sector could rise further north. And that's why if you go back and look at this, the slight risk extends all the way up into southern sections of Illinois now. So, it's a bigger deal for areas further north, potentially. And with that pool and that digging of the trough, this pulls up low-level moisture down here. So you got dew points into the 70s down in Houston. You got dew points climbing into the 70s in southern areas of Louisiana. And then dew points all the way into the 60s, potentially all the way into southern sections of Missouri. So this is going to be a big deal. You know, the cams are coming in, short-range convective models, and this is going to be a stout, moist sector that really extends all the way into Chicago, where dew points will rise maybe into the 50s. I don't think Chicago is going to see severe weather, but you get what I'm saying. A stout, moist sector here will create the dynamics needed for severe weather and potentially tornadoes and potentially a supercell storm mode. And really, the NAM, the long-range NAM, which isn't always the most reliable one, but it's any short-range models that come in give us a better idea if this is going to be a big deal or if it's not going to be as big of a deal. And I can already tell you with the first run of the long-range, short-range NAM, long-range, short-range NAM, but it's a thing. You can tell there's a spike in mid-level CAPE, mixed-level CAPE, that rises from 1,500 to 2,000 joules per kilogram in this region right here in eastern Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So this is not a good trend here. And, you know, with this, you look at the significant tornado parameter. And guys, don't look at this like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a massive tornado outbreak. Just look at this and say, okay, this is the area that might have the highest chance to see a tornado. You got parameters reaching, I mean, pretty high. But, I mean, it goes all the way up to, I believe, 10. And, I mean, you got the number reaching 3, 4 here. And with the higher CAPE levels and the deeper that low-level moisture climbs further north, the further north the severe weather event's going to be, the more overlapping of the dynamics of these severe weather parameters that happen in a further north area, if that makes any sense. But anywhere where these overlapping of these dynamics happen, the best is where your highest severe weather is gonna be. You know, you got your kinematics, which is all your wind energy, the thermodynamics, which basically is that surface heating, that low-level moisture, the CAPE levels, which is that storm fuel that these storms can really fuel off of. But what kind of storm mode are we going to have? Are we going to have more supercells, or is it going to be more of just a damaging line of winds that's created by a strong line of storms? What are we going to have? Is it going to be somewhere in between? I mean, I think there's going to be a sector where we're going to have all-out supercells somewhere into here. and they could linger into overnight. That's what's concerning, is if you look at this, it looks like they really get popped off potentially in the evening hours. And of course, we're in that time of the year where the sun's going down at 5:36, and we lose that daytime of really visibly seeing what's coming at us. So this is potentially where it gets dangerous. So I'm going to get much more detail tonight. I really am. So stay tuned for tonight. But, with this, I'm going to try to do this on the fly here. With this low-level jet swinging through and moving through here, I mean, you're going to have this low-level jet overlapping right into here. Dew points that are probably into the 60s, maybe even a 70-degree reading. And you got these Cape levels spiking in this region. I really think that the biggest threat here is going to be right into this area, right into here, because, of course, the low-level jet isn't a stout further south because that surface low is further north. And basically those kinematics, all that wind energy is going to be more potent closer to that low pressure. But I really think you're going to have a widespread 40 to 60 knot low-level jet, which is when you look up in the sky about a mile up above you, about 5,000 feet up in the air, it's when you see those clouds just racing 1,000,000 miles an hour, almost so close where it looks like you can touch them. That's what it's going to look like during the day in this region Tuesday. And I mean, it's just you're going to know severe weather's coming. So we'll get much more detail on this tonight, and we'll try to deliver the information in a better way than I feel like I'm delivering it right now. But for right now, Sunday morning, you got, showers and storms moving through. We'll see if the atmosphere can recover. Let's hope it doesn't for eastern North Carolina. If it does, southeast Virginia, some severe storms could develop, strong to severe storms. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but watch out this evening as the last push of moisture moves in behind this drier air. We could have a severe storm or two, and there's a 2% risk of a tornado, 25 miles in any given location in this section right here. So let's just be careful. And there is also a risk down here. Really, this is for right now for the panhandle of Florida, Big Bend area. So it'll clear out for you guys here by the time we get into lunchtime. But then this moves out, dumps some rain, and I really think we'll have some sunshine for the areas that are seeing rain this morning by the time that you're getting into this afternoon. The northeast, though, rain moves in morning. Pennsylvania, widespread rain by morning. By the time we get into lunchtime, it's moving into New York City, New York State, and by the time we're getting into Boston, this is getting into Boston about mid to late afternoon, just a rainy evening. But, it's not going to be an event that's going to last a day. By the time you wake up tomorrow, this will be cleared out and dry air will be moving through. But this rain will move through the interior northeast and bring a lot of rain, and not really any snow with this. It's just low pressure cutting inland. Therefore, you just got a warmer system. South central U.S., much quieter. It quiets back down. You finally get a day where it's no rain. Beautiful day expected. But, if you live in this part of the country, please make preparations and just have a plan. Just have a plan, guys. North central U.S., rain will move into Chicago a little bit later this morning. Well, it probably already has. We'll continue throughout the morning hours. Rain will move into Detroit a little bit later today. But by the time, you get into areas of, tonight, I think you could have some snow showers pumping off Lake Superior into the UP of Michigan. But, besides that, pretty chill day for, I would say, 80% of the north central U.S. Temperatures today, warmest areas will be Florida and the eastern Carolinas and Georgia. But, this is your last day in the 70s for right now for the next few days. But everybody else will stay chilly. Outside the deep south, you get into the mid-south and the Mississippi Valley points north. A chilly day, but nothing too crazy. Really isn't. 40s widespread, 50s widespread, but certainly a chilly day in the plains with just 40s. But that's all I got, guys. Stay tuned tonight. It's going to be a big video. We're going to try to get as detailed as possible. I can tell you, I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. I'm much more comfortable talking about tropics and winter weather than I am severe weather. But once we get into these short-range models, we can really start extensively breaking down what is going to happen. But until then, it's kind of like you're just reiterating the same information. But luckily, the short-range models are coming in now, and we'll be able to feed you guys much better information. So stay tuned for that. God bless all y'all. Have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to y'all soon.